Hi there, my name's Lee and welcome to Committed to Carp Bedtime Stories, your carp fishing, carp angling channel for carp talk, carp rigs and carp tactics and everything else that's carpy. Anyway, I've just finished a 48-hour session at Norton Disney, a really prolific, busy day ticket venue. Let's take a quick look back at how that session went. Right then, that's me all set up, currently fishing on Hodget's Lake in Peg 8. Peg 8 does dominate a hell of a lot of water on Hodget's Lake, so I'm actually spoilt for choice where to cast my rods. But the carp made things a bit easier for me, and they're showing all over the place straight in front of me. It's about 13 to 14 wraps, so that would be my obvious starting point to put some rigs. Now the tactics I'm using on this session: over the middle rod I've put about 16 spoms out. Now I wouldn't normally go in with such a heavy baiting approach, but 16 spoms over showing carp might work in my favour. But if putting a heavy amount of bait out doesn't work for me, on the left and the right rod I'm using a solid PVA bag. Now this little parcel of bait is more than enough to attract a carp in and nick a bite. Sometimes the carp can be a little bit shy feeding on your main spots and just skirt around your bait. Now having this just on the outside of my baited area could be the winning method for me, and I am actually putting money on it that it's the solid bags that produce me the carp. Let's see what happens anyway. One thing I really should mention is that Norton Disney is a prolific day ticket venue. There was loads of carp anglers at the gate this morning waiting to come in. So my advice would be pick a swim, get a bucket in it and work that swim, making the best and the most of your opportunities. Because here at Norton Disney, sometimes you might spend 24 hours in an actual peg that you don't want to be in until you can move into another one where the carp have been showing or somebody's been catching. With the carp showing over the spots for the last 3 hours, I really did think I was going to get a run. I'm so amazed they haven't gone off. The only thing I can tell you is I've made Truffle a nice bed in my own hooky mat and she's enjoying lying outside. That's the rod set for the evening. Hopefully I can nick a bite, because those carp are showing in front of me and it's driving me mad round about now. Forecasting a lot of heavy rain moving in for this evening, so it looks like it could be a wet night. With the carp showing in front of me right up until about 3 o'clock this morning, another late night. I stayed up very late watching them, but no activity on the rods, just a few liners, nothing happening at all. Shocking really, because I did expect to get a bite. Okay, what a wet night that was. I think it started smashing it down at about 12:30 and that carried on right the way through till probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock this morning. It did ease off a little bit. Now I have seen carp showing in front of me since I've been here. It's about 13 to 16 wraps and it's about 17 to 20 foot deep on the spots that I'm currently fishing at the moment with the solid PVA bags. Now I've got solid PVA bags on the middle rod and the right rod, and because you can only use one zig on any of your rods, I have got a zig set up on my left rod. That's set up at mid layers at 11 foot. So let's see what happens through today. Hopefully I can nick a bite, because they're showing like mad. Quickly take a look at the pallets that are going inside those little PVA solid bags. They're the embryo house pallets, Norton Disney pallets, 2mm, ideal for those solid PVA bags. This is the mix I'm putting out in the spom, just 12 and 15mm DNA Secret 7 freezer bait boilies, because at Norton Disney you can't use shelf life boilies. And as you can see, I've just crumbed them up, smushed them up and added a few 4mm high oil house pallets as well. And like I said, I've gone in a little bit heavy with the bait, about 15 to 16 spoms over that middle rod. After making up a fresh solid PVA bag and recasting it to a showing carp, I've got the first one on the bank. Yeah, there we go, first run of the session. Yeah, this one's £17. Lovely little comma. I've seen the carp showing there all day, all night, so it was only a matter of time before I caught one. Didn't think it was going to take 36 hours though. recast the right hand side rod, didn't even get a chance to make a brew.
Second run. 20 minutes after putting that one back. 20.5 pound. Not bad. Especially if it carries on this way. I'll take a carp every half an hour. That would be nice.
Before I weighed the carp and started filming, I recast the right hand side rod again to 13.5 wraps with a fresh solid PVA bag. This capitalises on the fast bite times.
I'm just tying up a couple of more solid PVA bags. Tying the third one up, rod gone off again. Carp number 3, turning out to be a good night. Was in the middle of tying up the third PVA bag because I got a feeling I might need a few. And yes, that right rod's gone ripping off again. I haven't weighed this one, obviously a low double. But carp number 3, 50. And if the night carries on like this, I'll proper enjoy myself. You never know what can happen in carp handling. It can all turn around pretty fast. Winning. On the scaly one as well, really nice. There we go, that side. Equally as nice. Almost a linear line. Some growing do. I'm sure when it gets to 30 pounds, it's absolutely banging.
Well, that was a bit of a mad run, so I finished my brew and lay down on the bed chair, but then I was back up again.
There we go. Take a look at that little scaly banger. It's a lovely looking carp. Just about coming daylight soon. In about half an hour it will be daylight. Cracking little carp. Solid bags. Doing the business at the moment. The other side's just as nice. Check out that for a scale pattern. Beautiful carp in here. Absolutely beautiful.
A quick shout out to Oliver. He's been helping me with the filming on this session, and he's currently fishing in Peg 12 on Turner's Lake, and he's landed himself this stunning 26 pound 10 ounce mirror. A great start to his session. As it's going to be daylight in the next 15 or 20 minutes, I've decided I'm going to stay awake and see what happens. I would love another run. It has been a bit of a mad night, and as I've been awake all night, another run would be brilliant. With just a few hours of my session left to go, Oliver landed this banging 33 pound 4 ounce carp from Turner's Lake. A real result. I'm sure he's over the moon with that one. Showing off his good angling skills, putting me and his dad to shame.
As the wind's picked up again, really blowing a hooligan south-southwest wind, that concludes the end of my 48-hour session at Norton Disney on Hodget's Lake. 4 runs, 4 carp landed. Biggest one being 20 pound 8 ounce. Really happy with that result. In the beginning, I thought I was actually staring down the barrel of a blank. First 36 hours, no action at all. And then in the last 12 hours, it all kicked off.
With that being said, I really have enjoyed my time on Hodget's Lake. Solid bags being the tactic that's worked for me this time. If you've enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.